Hey guys, what's going on? 845 Sports Cards coming back at you from New York's Hudson Valley. May 2025 Retrowax Box from Slater Sports Cards.com. The Retrowax is always exciting, always fun, and always a nice trip down memory lane. You may call it junk wax, you may call it vintage, but either way, it's really awesome stuff here. So we'll go through. We don't necessarily need the checklist. We can see everything right here. What we'll do every month, we separate everything by brand. So Fleer, Donruss, Stadium Club, Leaf, Upper Deck, Fleer, Score, Leaf, and we'll put it in order of. I had a Leaf before, didn't I? Put it in order of most whack to least whack. Stadium Club again. We got 91 Stadium Club and 92. Score 91. We got a gum. 87 Fleer. There's a Donruss. 87 Tops. 86 Tops on a rack. Cool. Okay. 88 Tops. 89 Tops. 88 Donruss rack. Donruss. 1982 Fleer. That's our big. There's our big chase right here. And a 92 Tops. So big pile of tops. What we're going to do, 82 Fleer will be the last one because that could have the Cal Ripken in it. 87 Fleer is pretty good. 88, 92, 90, nothing good there. 92 Tops. Pesky Donruss. What year is this? 1990 Donruss. 89 could have the Griffey. Looks like an 87. We like that. And this is a 89, so nothing good there. Nothing good in Leaf. Score, nothing good. 1990 Upper Deck, might be good. And we like Stadium Club. So we'll start ripping to this in no particular order, other than there's nothing good to chase in some of these packs from the 80s and the 90s. We'll rip into it just the same. 1993 Tops. Wax pack. You want to get your own Retro Wax box. You're not guaranteed giant hits, but you might come across a Hall of Fame rookie, and you will certainly come across Hall of Famers. There's our gold. Tim Fortungo. Bob Patterson. John Burkett. Rafael Belliard. Linton. Sid Bream. Mike Benjamin, John Jaha, Chuck McElroy, Paul O'Neill on the Reds, El Cid, Fabian, Randy Velarde, Orlando Merced, Greg Bradley. So we did get a gold. It wasn't Griffey. But now we get into 89 89 Tops. There are some big rookies in here. Craig Biggio, the big one. Jim Abbott has a second-year card in here. Anytime you see a Nolan Ryan in the Retrowax box, it's good. There are plenty of Hall of Famers. Tommy John is in this set. Not a Hall of Famer, but a significant name. And that's what you get out of the Retrowax box. It's reliving your youth. Andre Dawson All-Star card. It's a Hall of Famer. Darryl, nice. Andy Van Slyke. Storm Davis. Danny Tartable. Bill Pacoda. A lot of no names here. Jimmy Key. Rookie was 85, I believe. Bruce Sutter, Hall of Famer. The Big Cat, Andres Galarraga. Brett Saberhagen, Balboni, Ron Darling, David Cohn. Sweet Lou Whitaker, Rick Russell, Keith Hernandez. A lot of Mets in this pack. Bedrock, Gary Templeton. Another Gary Carter. Mets galore. Ron Gant, Gold Cup. Kirby Puckett. Darryl again. Ramon, Andy Van Slyke, Vaughn Hayes. Gary Carter again on the record breakers. That was a lot of Mets in there. Pretty cool. 1988 Tops. Bubblegum. Is it the oldest bubblegum? We got 87. We got 87 bubblegum. We got wax stains and we got bubblegum stains. Wax and bubblegum. Pretty miserable. Much like the checklist in 88 Tops. Pretty miserable. Loined. Has 2 Hall of Famers are Harold Baines and Carlton Fisk. Excuse me. Kirby Puckett, Bruce Sutter, Dave Winfield, Ben Hubbard, Doug Drabeck, Holy John Farrell, Greg Swindell. So I take it back. We got a bunch of Hall of Famers out of that pack. Here's some 1986. What can we pull out of 86 tops? A Nolan Ryan would be sweet. In terms of rookies, let's see, what can we pull out of 86? I can't think of a notable rookie in 86. John Kruk. John Kruk is a rookie. Vince Coleman. Really nothing good. I think the most valuable card would be the Nolan Ryan. In a high grade, that would be a pretty valuable card. So let's see what's in this 86 rack. Keith Hernandez losing his hat. John McNamara manager card. Dave Stewart on the Phillies before he started looking all imposing. Pete Rose. Fernando, turn back the clock. Steve Buechele. Reed Nichols. Candy Maldonado. Cal Ripken All-Star. Very nice. Keith Hernandez. This is annoying how all the cards are upside down. Al Pardo. John Butcher. Goodness. Terry Winfield. George Bell. Who's behind you, George? Dave Rucker. Billy Hatcher. Randy Bush. Richard Dotson. Or Hoshizer, second year. There's a Nolan Ryan. All right. We found a Nolan Ryan. Beautiful. I have this card in a PSA 9. This one will not get a 10 from the looks of it. But we pulled a Nolan Ryan. Pretty good. I think the Orel is pretty good, and the Nolan Ryan is pretty good. The best you could hope for, I suppose. Luis Sanchez, Ron Say, Butch Weiniger, Jim Clancy, Bob Lillis, manager, Mario Ramirez, Tony Armas, Jim Presley, John Denny, Greg Brock, Mario Soto. In relation to Juan Soto? I'm not sure. I don't think so. Terry Kennedy, Lamar Hoyt. As a kid, I would get dizzy pulling these cards upside down. I think there's a Pete Rose in this one, too. Manager card. Pretty valuable. Kurt Wilkerson. Ron Robinson, Wayne Gross. Joe Price. Chris Bando. Jamie Easterly. Ward. Von Hayes. Kurt Bevacqua. Pat Sheridan. John Wathan, William Hannon. So, we got the Nolan Ryan. We will definitely take that one. So far, the best card we've seen so far. So far, the best card we've seen so far. 91 Topps. Chipper Jones rookie. Nolan Ryan, Ricky Henderson. A lot of Hall of Famers in this set. Mike Fetters took a beating with the gum. Got out of here. All right, 1991. Manny Lee. Schaefer. Carney Lansford. Junior Ortiz. Ray Palacios. Great picture. Danny Tartable. Mel Thompson doing the limbo there. Tim Belcher. Darren Lewis. Candy Maldonado. Blicky. Fred Lynn. Larry Walker, Hall of Famer. Danny Jackson. Mike Fetters. I definitely ripped a lot of 91 Upper Deck when I was a kid. 87 Topps are going to hold because it could be a Bo Jackson. There could be a Barry Bonds. Let's go with, what is this? 1990 Donruss. Bernie Williams rookie year. That'd be cool. Puzzle piece. Jim Eismerich. Yastrzemski Diamond Kings. The Diamond Kings movie's out. Check that out. Amazon. Was it on Amazon? Maybe Apple TV. A couple different ways to watch it. The Diamond Kings documentary. Kelly Mann. Tracy Jones. Von Hayes. Looking very confused. There's Turtleneck. Glenn Allen Hill. Gary Ward. There's Dave Stewart in his A's uniform. Mean Muggin. Mike Felder. Mike Shepperson. Greg Myers. Gerald Clark. Willie Frazier. Eric Davis. MVP card. Will the Thrill Clark. And Ed Whitston. Diamond Kings. Haven't seen it yet, but I can only imagine the Diamond Kings documentary is very good. if you like baseball, as I do, if you love baseball, you love trading cards. That's the story of the guy that painted many of the league's best, including many Hall of Famers. 88 Donruss. What is in this set? Second year cards of all the 87 rookies. So the Barry Bonds and the Bo Jackson, plus a gaggle of Hall of Famers. Mike Schmitz of the world. Martinez, Holton, Trilio, Ramos, Nevos, Wally Backman, Chuck Krim, Darryl Strawberry, nice, David Point, King, Juan Samuel, man with 2 first names, Jerry Reed, puzzle piece, Jack Morris, he's in the Hall of Fame, Ryan Sandberg, Hall of Fame, Cal Ripken, Hall of Fame, Barry Bonds, second year, there we go, John Moses, John Tudor, the Rocket, Roger Clemens, that's a 4th year card, Leach, Craig Myers, Rick Roden, these are a lot of these cards. Oh, Robbie Alomar, wildly off-centered rookie. That is Robbie Alomar's rookie card, and wildly off-centered. But we got it. That's a shame it's so off-centered. But we got the Robbie Alomar rookie. Jeff Treadway, Jim Gantner, Jeff Leonard, Greg Gagne, Childress, Pat Clements, Albert Hall, Dwayne Murphy, Mike Schmidt on the MVP, Rich Gedman, Chet Lemon, Tim Flannery, Jesse Barfield. 40 home runs in 1886 with Jesse Barfield. He was on pace. There's no WAR listed here, but he was on pace to be a Hall of Famer, man. Home runs, 83, 27, 14, 27, 40, 28. 86 was unbelievable. 40 home runs, 108 ribbies, and only 146 strikeouts. So that's probably what kept him back. What's next here? We got 91 Leaf. 91 Leaf. Don't think of anything. Can't think of anything good in this. Didn't even have a good design. Puzzle piece. Jim DeShays. The same thing. We're looking for Nolan Ryan's, Ken Griffey Jr.'s, Matt Williams, Mark McLemore. There you go. 91, you would have Frank Thomas, probably. Craig Biggio, Hall of Famer. Walt Weiss, Jerry Brown, Alex Cole, Ricky Henderson. Of course, Ricky. God bless Ricky Henderson. That's a sharp-looking card, too. So we got a Ricky. The first Ricky sighting. God bless the Man of Steel. No longer with us, but the legend will never die. 88 Fleer. Going back and forth a little bit. Some better, some less good. Skipping over some horrendous stuff. Save you guys the misery of seeing everything bad. Juan Samuel. Oral Hershiser. Bulldog. Joe McGrain. Andy Van Slyke. George Frazier. Matt Noakes, All-Star. Ozzie Smith, the Wizard. Got the Wizard. Zambito, Pascual Perez with his Jerry curl. John Farrell. Zernier. And a Yankees and a Padres sticker. 92 Flair. I remember these. These are horrendous cards, but I do remember ripping these out of... If I remember correctly, I would have been, what, 11 years old? Remember these in vending machines. I could be wrong, but I recall vending machines that had these packs. I definitely remember these cards. Louis Soho, Eric Anthony, Cedeno, Royce Clayton. Thought he was gonna be a Hall of Famer when I was a kid, because of the way he played. This is a rookie card. Doesn't show his stats, but he was definitely a good player. Jim Gantner, Orlando Merced, Melito Perez, Juan Samuel. Here's again. Never trust a man. 2 first names. Seitzer, Lenny Dykstra, Nails. Jose Canseco, Lloyd Mosby. $19.90 Fleer. A lot of uncorrected errors, laundering money on eBay out of this set. Darren Jackson, Bob Forsch, Chili Davis, Junior Felix, Tony Phillips, John Kruk, Mookie Wilson, Bobby Bowe, Gary Gaetti, All-Star Team, Joe McGrain, Mark Eckhorn, Jim Gott, Edgar Martinez, Hall of Fame, Pedro Guerrero, another guy, prolific hitter, big power hitter for his time. 30 home runs every season, but didn't have the consistency. 1990 score. This could have something good in it. It's a trash bag. Caminetti, Don Slaught, Tony Fernandez, Clay Parker, Don Paul, Carney Lansford, hologram, 1989 World Series, Bashers, Blast, Giants. Okay, very cool. Dave Henderson there, Gary Ward, Charlie Hayes, Eric Shaw, that's McCullers, Billy Ripken, Manrique, Mark Langston, Lonnie Smith, and Paul Sorrento. Nothing to write home about there. '88 score. This is like a plastic wrap. It's like in a sandwich bag. At least it was easy to open. Maybe you see Edgar Martinez, rookie here. Jim Presley, Candy Maldonado, Craig Reynolds, Mike Brantley, Matt Williams, that's a rookie. Corners are beat up. Matt Williams, rookie. John Candelaria, Bobby Thigpen, single season saves leader for a long time, recording. Mike Gallego, Mike Dunn, Jim Wynn, Musselman, Rookie, Jim Acker, Marzano, Steve Lake. Let's keep going. This is 1990 Don Russ. No tamper in this pack. That is stuck together really good. Take it back, it's 91 Don Russ. 91 does. I remember collecting these also as a kid. Give it a second year. Griffey, R.J. Reynolds, Collier, Lancaster, Denny Martinez. Come on, Griffey. Oski, Tim Burke. Checklist. Ackerfield, Terry Steinbach, Dave Smith, Herbeck, Pat Borders. No Griffey. Would have been a third year Griffey, but any Griffey is a good Griffey. 1992 Topps. Win a $100,000 card show buying spree. What would $100,000 get you at a card show in 1992? You probably get like a complete set of T206 cards for $100,000 back then. Maybe get a 52 mantle that would ultimately grade a 10, probably. 100 grand, yeah, you would actually. It would get you a PSA 10, 52 mantle, 100 grand back in 92. Tom Henke, Gary Reedus, Alvin Davis, Augusto, Aaron Out His Junk, Pete Shurik, Steve Avery, Ozzie Guillen, Jacoby, Darren Fletcher, Jeremy Hernandez, Belliard, Luis Mercedes, Greg Litton, Tim Belcher, Jim Thome. Not a rookie, but nice card. And not a whole lot left. Let's rip into some Stadium Club. Maybe we'll catch a Nolan Ryan on a tuxedo, Frank Thomas, a Griffey. Another pack being very difficult. Try not to damage the cards. They're in there. 91 are bricked. The initial year of Stadium Club. Paul Molitor. Snap, snap. Chuck Carey. Delano DeShields. Andy Van Slyke. Don Robinson. Mark Williamson. It's a paper loss. Inevitable. Ugh. That's Dixon. I don't want to see a Griffey. Tim Jones. cards are gonna be beat to all hell. There's Dave Justice. It's a nice one. Not too much paper loss in the front. Mark Davis. These glossy cards, man, they're not stored right. Trevor Wilson. If you don't store these glossy cards right from the 90s, they brick right up. Like 95, especially. Like there's certain finishes. They try to make cards real nice and glossy, and if they were stored with the improper humidity, oof, they brick right up. And when you look at the pop reports, PSA pop reports, PSA 10 from some of those sets is absolutely absurd in price because there's zero chance of getting another one. Nobody's ever going to pull a 10 again out of a pack because none of the packs survived from the 90s in good condition. Tom Lampkin without paper loss. Brian Dowling. Russ Swan. Ugh. Rich DeLuca. I love Stadium Club. It's beautiful. Juan Guzman. Warren Newson. Jose Offerman. Willie Wilson. Can't deny the photography. Chris Bosio. There were no autographs back in 91, 92, like you would see these days at Stadium Club. But the photography's still there. Kubik said there was no image variations, there was no autographs. It was a different time. The full bleed, high quality photography was state of the art in itself. No razzle dazzle to the 21st century anyway. So, nothing there. Now we're getting to the good stuff. We got 90 upper deck. That's going to be a 87 Donruss, 89 Donruss, 87 Fleer, 87 Topps, and the 82 Fleer. If I pull a Cal Ripken Jr. out of the 82 Fleer, I'll eat the gum from 1987. How's that for a deal? 1987 gum, if I pull the Cal Ripken. Rookie card out of a pack, which would be absolutely legendary. So, 1990 upper deck. There are Griffies in here. There's some rookies in here. And all the cards are flipped every which way. Maybe we'll get a Reggie Jackson rookie. Rookie, no. Autograph. Reggie Jackson autograph. Floyd Bannister. Dennis Cook. Robert Yount. Alfredo Griffin. Juan Nieves. Paul Kilgus. Jeff Reed. Hologram, little hologram. Oakland Athletics. Pedro Guerrero. Tim Wallach. Ryan Smith. Rick Rhoden. Andres Galarraga. Kurt Stillwell. Mark Guthrie. And Shane Raleigh. So, nothing special out of 1990. But we keep getting better and better. I get to 87. Looking for Barry Bonds, Barry Larkin, again, anything Nolan Ryan, Tommy Herr, Doug Drabeck, Bob Ojeda, Johnny Grubb, Carmen Castillo, Shane Raleigh, Dave Steeb, Todd Burrell, Ben Ogilvie, Jerry Hairston, Sr., Brian Clutterbuck, Kevin Schiraldi, Mike Schmidt, here we go, that's a nice one. Eric King, Cecil Cooper, and that's that. That's 87 Donruss. We got a Schmidt, take that. Warren Spahn puzzle piece held within. 89, we are looking for Griffey Jr. rookie card. We'll take a Kurt Schilling, but Griffey's where the money's at here. That's the big card. Schilling's true rookie. But in a 10, Kurt Schilling rookie is worth about $80. It's a damn shame. Oh, look at that. We got the Griffey right on top. Ken Griffey Jr. Rated rookie out of 89 Donruss. That is why we play the game, boys. We got a Griffey. We got a Ken Griffey Jr. rookie out of 89 Donruss. Oh, yeah. That is outstanding. We'll keep going, though. Andres Galarraga, Mark Grace, Terry Clark, Mike Campbell. I'm not going to slow roll because we got the biggest card right on top. Yeah. Get the Griffey right on top. Card number 333. Or 33, rather. Ken Griffey Jr. rookie. Whoa. That's awesome. And a PSA 10, that's like about $350. I don't think that's a 10, but that is a nice card. A little off center, touch corners, but hey, we will take the Griffey rookie every day. It's not going to get me at the gum, though. 87 Fleer. I only get the gum, but a Ripken. I don't have a Ripken Fleer rookie. I got the tops, not the Fleer. So, 1987. Barry Bonds. Barry Larkin. Or any Hall of Famers would be great. Jim Morrison. Break on through the other side. Lee Lacy. Jerry Mumphrey. Phil Bradley. Chuck Carey. Pete O'Brien. I think he's up to no good. Cecilio Guante. Alan Ashby. Bruce Bochy. What we got here? Oh, Tracy Jones and Marvin Friedman. Oh, we got a rookie. Gary Renicky. Bob Carney and Pagliarillo. Pags. Thought we had a Paul O'Neill rookie in that. We did not. 2 packs left. 87 tops with the gum. 82 Fleer with the Cal Ripken Jr. See what the gum looks like in 87. Can we get a Bo Jackson, a Barry Bonds, a Mark McGuire? A lot of nice cards at 87. Eric Davis rookie. Can we eat this gum? In one piece. It's pink. Oh, broken in half. I'll eat that. We get it Ripken. Set that aside. I assure you no funny business. I just gotta get it aside so I don't get nauseous from the smell. All right, 87. I'd like to see a Bo Jackson here. E.B. Brooks. Mike Schmidt, Hall of Famer. Last month they pulled a Barry Bonds out of this. Check that video out. Pulled 87 Barry Bonds at tops. Danny Cox. Cax. Dwight Lowry. Marty Barrett. Steve Firevid. Enos Cabell. You remember these guys? Because I don't. Rafael Ramirez. Andre Dawson, the Hawk. Nice. Rick Dempsey. Dale Murphy. Awesome. Kurt Wilkerson. Ken Dixon. Mark Kubica. I got a Met. Roger McDowell. I'm going to get the Bonds, but we unearthed the gum from, what was that, 40 years ago? We'll eat the 40-year gum if we can pull something big. At 1982 Fleer. Keep the packet pretty good shape. Building up a nice collection of vintage packs from the Retrowax box. First card, Pete Rose. Put Pete Rose in the Hall of Fame. It's an absolute crying shame. It's a travesty. It's injustice. Man's on the ground now. Put him in the Hall of Fame. Raleigh Fingers. Most saves in the AL. Grant Jackson. Look how blurry those pictures are. Jim Palmer. Nice, very nice. Hall of Famer. Glenn Adams. print defects. Steve Trout. Yastrzemski, 3,000th game. John Martin. Danny Boone on Ripken. Tim Flannery. Amos Otis. Fernando, Strikeout King. Mike Marshall. Got orange. Got orange. Oh, Danny Martinez. That was close. That was close. Wilfong. So we didn't get it. So the gum will go uneaten another month. But that was a lot of fun, and we pulled the Griffey. We pulled the Griffey rookie out of the Retrowax box for May of 2025. There's all your socials. Take a screenshot of that. If you want to pull some Retrowax goodness yourself, this is 845 Sports Cards. We got a Griffey Jr. rookie out of the Retrowax box, May 2025. And that is pretty exciting. That's what we live for. We live for the pulls and the nostalgia. And any Griffey is a good Griffey. Any Griffey is a good Griffey. That's what I meant to say. Thanks for watching, guys. I need to lay down. I'm getting tired. Like, subscribe, comment. Oh, baby. See you next time. Later.